Good evening, guys, and welcome to the Eldar Racing. This is a new championship hosted by none other than Brian Ross, but come up with an idea by Greg Thomas, who is famously known as the real Osmond. Well, Osmond, rather, I do apologise. But yes, we are here at round number 1 of the championship on Dragon Trail Seaside. It is the reverse layout. It is a spectacular circuit. It can be margin for error, especially going into the double chicanes, and it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. Yes, and it will be a very fantastic season. I believe the tyre manufacturers are Pirelli, Hankook, and of course Continental, but I will obviously have to double check. Car manufacturers that take part for the tyres are Alfa Romeo, as you see with Pokovic here. He is currently driving the Alfa Romeo 4C. Then you have Michael Watts, that's driving the Hyundai. I believe he's driving for, I don't know whether it's Yokohama or Hankook itself, I'm not too sure, because obviously with delivery, but I'll soon find out. But so you have the Hyundai Genesis in, I believe it's a set of 4 drivers in each car, I believe. And then you have Nick Sargent, obviously the founder of Eldar Racing, in the BMW. I believe he's driving for Team Continental, so it will be a spectacular evening. There is quite obviously most of these guys we know from Eldar Racing. We've got Sam Siltella, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, or as he likes to be known as Sampa, the Flying Finn. So yes, he's new to me, but most of the other guys aren't, so it's going to be close as you like going here at Dragon Trails on the Seaside. And as the famous song goes, I would like to be beside the seaside. Yes, we all know the song, but yes, it's going to be fantastic, and it is going to be a great addition to the team's championship. We do have, well, tyres. I believe from what I've heard there is from softs to mediums during this race, obviously this evening. I believe they go on softs and obviously mediums, and then obviously change. There is 2 15-lap races this evening plus a 10-minute qualifying session, so it's going to be close as you like for these guys, and it will probably be one of the close proximity racing. Excuse me. I'm just going to turn my sound down. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic to see exactly how well the guys do in their respective tyre teams, like Hankook, of course, Hankook and Continental, and of course Pirelli. I believe that's what the tyre manufacturers were picked. And this is a close circuit. It's not a very easy circuit, especially going into the double chicanes, because you've got the Evening, Kim, how's it going? Thank you for the kind comment. No, I'm actually in the commentary corner this evening. Sadly, I've not annoyed Jen enough tonight to go in the commentary corner, so I'm actually in the living room for a change. But that might change for next week. I might be thrown in a naughty corner just for winding up, but she's got her earphones on so she can't hear what I'm saying. But yes, it should be fantastic to see exactly what the guys are going to do in the respective cars, as well as the tyres. The tyres are kind of, as I say, with Hankook, Pirelli, and of course Continental. I do hope I've got them correct, but I feel like there is going to be a lot of interesting battles and probably close proximity, because you've only got the drivers fighting for top tyre manufacturers. You've also got themselves fighting. They're not actually fighting for drivers' championship. They're actually fighting to work as a team, which to me, to play the team game is an absolute fabulous thing to do. You don't want to be playing certain, well, obviously they'll play certain tactics to get the fastest tyre compound, shall we say, Obviously, they're on softs or mediums, but for the team themselves, whether you're representing Hankook, Continental or Pirelli, you know it's going to be fantastic to see exactly how well they can work in their respective teams. So the points will go to the teams. It won't be just down to the driver in one team. It'll be down to, I believe it's 4 drivers that will be giving the giving each team respective tyre manufacturer team to the degree. Just looking at Lee Fitzy at the moment as he just jumps into pit lane. You've got Ismail Nemri. It's been a while since I've commentated on Ismail for a while. Then you have Michael Watts, obviously returning to Eldar Sim Racing. Then you have obviously Craig Thomas, and you do have Adam Morgan, Nate Fletch. I believe Nate Fletch is, from what I've heard though, he says BMW was a bit of a handful for him. Obviously, you know, it can be, but I'm not too sure. You got Steve Stones in the Hyundai, the Genesis. Genesis is quite a nice car, don't get me wrong. Then you got Sampa in the other BMW, so Team Continental running the BMW. I believe it is, if I remember rightly, I believe it is Hankook that are running the Hyundai Genesis, and then Pirelli are running the Alfa Romeo 4C. Then you have Chris Wheatley, followed by Brian Ross. Brian Ross in the Hankook. Obviously, it'll tell me on the tyre wall what tyres they're running. Then you have Brian Mulcarney, the Belgian. Funny enough, Brian's a quick racer, so the two Brians are back together racing. It feels very strange being a commentator on a Wednesday evening, because normally I've had other commitments. Gareth Morris, obviously representing Team Hankook. It kind of feels weird because most of the Welsh lads are in different teams this time. Obviously Nick Sargent, obviously about 4/10 penalty at the moment, he needs to get rid of that. Don't tell him I said that because he might come and lynch me. But yes, we do have I believe Nick's in Team Continental, so the founder of Eldar Sim. Then you have Bokovic in the Alfa Romeo 4C for Pirelli. Then you have obviously Lee Fitzy for Pirelli, and then that is the field for this evening. So it's going to be close as you like. Looking forward to seeing what they can do. Adam Morgan also with, I believe he is in the Hankook Hyundai Genesis. They are obviously 4 cars in each team, so it's going to be close as you like. Obviously, before we get into qualifying for 10 minutes, I'd just like to give a shout out to each and every one that is racing, and also do go and check out the Eldar Sim Facebook page, YouTube. Obviously that we're on here at the moment. I believe we've got 5 minutes till qualifying, so you know it looked like we were starting, but obviously not. But yes, obviously check out Eldar Sim on Facebook, Instagram. That Kim does fantastic social media posts on Instagram as well as the Facebook page. Gotta put that out there. Obviously, I've got to give people a lot of credentials. We do have commentators such as myself, as well as Malk. We did have Darren, but Darren's kind of stepped down from commentary duties, which you can imagine that, you know, the way he's been recently with his health, which is kind of taken over a bit. But you know, hopefully he'll be back one day. You never know. But you know, it's fantastic to see each and every single driver running. Obviously the likes of PJ Parcels, obviously Idle for Gaming if it's on the car, Hopper's Motorsport Vlogs, and obviously Shell Lawman Motorsport. You know, there is a lot of sponsorship within Eldar Sim Racing. It is obviously a fantastic racing league to be in. We do have quite a lot of interest. Also do check out Eldar Sim, www.eldarsimracing.co.uk I believe it is, or Eldar Sim, yeah, eldarsimracing.co.uk. Go and check the website out, because the website will tell you what races, who's the admin, and what else we do have to offer. Yeah, I'm good, Darren, thank you, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing for this, mate, to be honest. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing how things go. Hope you're all okay as well, my friend. Good to see you on the stream, my friend. It is a privilege. But yes, do go and check us out. Obviously, if it's not been shared, guys, can you please share it for me? It will help me out a bit, just so I can get going. But yes, we do have quite a lot of racing in Eldar Sim. I know I will, mate. I know it'll be great. And you know, I've got plenty of water because I feel like my voice is going to disappear into the next dimension if I'm not careful. Probably into the sea because we've been by the seaside. So yes, yes, the famous song goes like, "I do like to be beside the seaside." Yes, I've already said that once, but there is a yacht in the harbour, so whoever steals my yacht while I'm commentating, please don't. But yes. Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely do, Kim. Yes, I definitely need that hat that we drink about. Yes. I need to drink, definitely. I feel like it's something I lack when I do commentary. But we should be fine. It should be good though, this race series we do have, obviously. Tried to think of corner names for Dragon Trail Seaside because they don't have obviously corner names because it is a fictional circuit. But I like to call the two chicanes the chicane of death, especially when you are going flat out like these guys have done. But we should be okay. We've got the hairpin here, so I'm going to call it hairpin. Or total hairpin because of obviously the sponsor on the left hand side. It is the Tyre Manufacturer Cup, mate, is what it is. If you remember rightly, with Hankook, Pirelli and of course Continental. They're running GR3 cars, mate, yeah. So we've got a minute to go till qualifying, so qualifying will be starting very shortly. Oh, I can't remember, mate. I think they were on about doing GR3s. I can't remember what they discussed, but it's the real Osman, aka Craig's idea. So Brian has started qualifying, so it will be close as you like. I hope you can all hear me on the stream, by the way. If I'm too quiet, let me know, and we will sort it out. It is not a problem. But yes, we are getting ready for 10 minutes of qualifying, the first 10-minute qualifying session of the season. We do have a couple of cars already going out of pit lane, so we do have Dean Atkinson, I believe, is the one that was leading the way. I'll just double check because they're all going out quite a lot of times. So we do have the whole car's near enough out the grid. So Steve Stunt is the last one. Dean Atkinson is the one that actually. Cheers, Darren, or Kim, rather, whoever wants to say that. Good, that's good, thank you. But yes, we do have a few new people to me as well. Just got to bring the table close so I don't have to reach. Yes, we do have Lee Fitzy, the Welshman, or the Welsh Wizard. He's got his cousin Craig behind him at one out track, they're just out on their outlaps. So the outlaps are just kind of getting used to the track, I suppose. It's nice to see different variations of the Harper's Vlogs logo as well, just to point that out, just for one mention. But yes, it is going to be great. I can't believe how equally matched some of these cars will be. So obviously Team Continental and the BMW, just to get that out there. Team Pirelli in the Alphas, so the Alpha 4C. And then we do have Team Pirelli, yeah, that's Team Pirelli, and then obviously Team Hankook in the Hyundai Genesis. So there is quite an interesting... Oh, Chris Wheatley's got clipped on that curb there. That's not what he wants to do in the race either. That's cost Team Pirelli already a couple of cars in outlaps, but it's not down to the drivers now, as I say, it's down to working as a team. So a couple of guys are going to go onto pit lane and push on, probably because they started on mediums, so they need to go onto the softs. I think that they have to go onto the softs regardless, so yeah, no worries mate, I'll see you soon bud, take care of yourself. So Ismail Nemri's spun round out of the first corner before he gets to the tunnel section. So we do have a couple of guys still pushing on quite a bit. We'll see what obviously Pokovic is doing. He's got past Michael Watts, I believe. You know, with 17 and it's at 7 minutes and 12 minutes. Oh, I mate, I will do. Nice one. See you in a bit. So we'll see what happens with 7 minutes to go. We'll see. Oh, Michael Watts has clipped that wall there. That's another thing you don't want to do here at Truck and Trails Seaside. Is run wide, because the walls will snap at you like anything. It will catch you like a big magnet. So anything can happen. Lee Fitzy at the moment trying to push on for Team Pirelli. So it's going to be close as you like. So we'll see what they can do going through the last chicane before he is about to cross the line. There is a bit of a kink before start finish line. So Lee Fitzy goes, well, he did start, but then Brian Mulgarney up into provisional pole position with 142.3. Nick Sargent up into provisional pole position now with 141.4 for Team Continental. Pop Motorsport with a 159.5. So it is close as you like. I believe Lee Fitzy actually did go into pit lane though. So there is a couple of guys. Adam Morgan here. No, it's not British Touring Car Star. It is the Welsh Wizards, as I'm going to call them. A couple of Welsh guys in the field. So we've got 5.5 minutes to go till qualifying does end. I believe some of the guys now pushing on. So looks like Team Continental are currently hey up mate, how's it going? Nice to see you on stream, Bruno. Nice to see you, mate. So we've got Nick Sargent currently leading Team Continental in Continental's challenge with that BMW M3. It is a nice car, but I believe it is a bit of a pain to drive. Brian Mulgarney, the Belgian, out in Team Pirelli's Alpha 4C. See what he can do is getting a toe off Michael Watts going down the front straight. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli now goes fastest with a 138.5. So that's going to be close, I believe, from what I am seeing though. We've got the Hyundai Genesis of Team Hankook driver Adam Morgan up into second. Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli third. So Team Pirelli are first and third as the times come thick and fast. I'll just go quickly try and go through the times if I can. We do have Chris Wheatley did a 138.9, Sampo with a 139.8, Gareth Morris with a 138.9, Pop Motorsport with 140.3. So yeah, it's kind of close times, but we've got the two Pirelli Alpha 4Cs first and third at the moment, split by a Hankook Hyundai Genesis. So it will be close as you like, as I say. Gareth Morris in the other Hankook Genesis up into into 4th. Craig Thomas in the Continental BMW currently now leading that challenge for them guys. So he's up into 5th with 139.0. Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli 139.7 that lap. Samper for Continental with a 139.8. So the Flying Finn currently flying in that Continental BMW. Then we have Pop Motorsport. Lee Fitzy has broken his time. He's done a 138.0. And then we have Nate Fletcher in Team Continental with a 140.0. Letting Steve Stones in that Hyundai. Samper with a 139.5, so that's pushed him up into 6th. Dean Atkinson for Team Continental with a 140.6. Brian Ross with a 140.8. That for Team Hankook. I believe Steve Stones is part of Team Hankook. Yes, he is. Ismail Namri with a 138.6. And that is for Team Pirelli, I believe. So yeah, it's going to be close with 2 minutes to go in qualifying. What's happened to Nick? Nick's obviously trying to get used to the BMW. So he's got a bit Brian Moncani on the edge of the track after they go under the tunnel. Brian Ross doing exactly the same. It looks like they are actually running the fuel really empty in these tanks. So I'm just going to see what's going on with these guys, because it doesn't look like they're out of fuel, but we've got a minute and a half to go. So it's going to be close as you like. We do have Michael Watts with that left-hand indicator on. So it's going to be close and personal for him. Lee Fitzy now has a 137.9, so it's going to be close as you like. I'll tell you this now, though, guys. Looks like Steve Stone's pulled off as well. Craig Thomas with a 138.9. It is going to be, like I say, it's all about the tyre manufacturers between Hankook, Continental and of course Pirelli this season. It's not down to the interval driver. Dean Atkinson with 140.034. That's pushed him up into 10th. He goes wide. Gareth Morris with a 138.3. Nate Fletcher with 139.5. Nick with a 140.3. So there is quite an interesting moment. It looks like at the moment though, Team Pirelli, Ismail Nemri up into 3rd. Gareth Morris for Team Hankook pushing it through the chicanes. It looks like it is going to be spectacular to see what is going to happen though. Don't get me wrong though, guys, we do have obviously qualifying is now finished, so anyone that's on a fly will have time to finish their lap times. So we do have at the moment Lee Fitzy in provisional pole position, but it all depends on what Gareth can do here. So obviously Gareth is purple in this sector, looking at what he's going to do. So let's have a look. Hopefully it should be a good lap time for Team Hankook. Team Hankook at the moment getting sandwiched by Team Pirelli in the 1st and 3rd. At the moment we do have Craig Thomas for Team Continental though, so it's going to be close. So let's see what happens. Is Gareth going to go and get that lap time? He's out of fuel already on this qualifying lap, so doesn't improve sadly. Nate Fletch off at the side there. Samper off at the road and running on fumes at the moment. It looks like Brian Moncani though in the Pirelli Alpha about to cross the line. So it looks like Lee Fitzy will take Pirelli's first pole position. So So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. Nick Sargent goes onto pit lane just to complete, I believe, just to complete that time. So it looks like those Steve Stones for Team Hancock struggling at the moment with the balance of that. He's almost out of fuel. If you remember rightly, from the JTCC that was run on a Monday, we'll all get to do fuel and whatnot there. So looks like Steve Stone's sped into pit lane then. So qualifying is now ended. So Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli takes Pirelli's first pole position of the season, and we are going to get ready for the first of 2 races this evening. So we are really spoilt for choice here. Guys are flashing lights and they're wiping their windscreens. It's not raining, but you know. So we do have synchronised flashing. I'm going to have to somehow figure out a way to sort this out. But we are getting revs to build. I believe we are getting ready for a good start here. Who is going to make the jump for the first of 15 laps here at Track and Trail on the Seaside circuit? It looks like Ismail Nembri, though, from 3rd place on the grid. He now leads the race for Team Pirelli at the moment, but Craig Thomas in that rear-wheel drive BMW currently putting his cousin as well as Ismail Nembri for the Team Pirelli cars are swamping the Team Continental BMW, followed by Gareth Morris in Hancock's Hyundai. Looks like we're all just trying to get through the chicane of death. It looks like No Fletch has had a bit of an issue there. What has happened? Because as he rejoined, it looked like, though from what I saw, as my keyboard decides to play silly games, so I can't catch the replay, I do apologise. But Brian Moncani in 15th at the moment. Lee Fitzy up into 1st place now, under threat from his cousin Craig Thomas in the Continental BMW. Just remember, they got to work as a team. But it looks like Team Pirelli putting their drivers onto a much needed, interesting, probably strategy. And we do have Gareth Morris leading Team Hancock at the moment, the leading driver for Team Hancock, should I say, followed by Adam Morgan and then Chris Wheatley. So Pirelli 1st and 3rd and 6th at the moment, followed by Dean Atkinson of the 2nd Continental BMWs, and then Sampa under threat already from Pokovic. For Team Pirelli, it looks like Sampa's going to try and get past that Team Pirelli Alfa Romeo shortly. We do have obviously 15 laps. Michael Watts for Team Hancock pushing on quite a bit with Nick Sargent for Continental hot on his heels. It is going to be close as like there is. Ismail Nembri dropped down to 10th now. Looks like Nick Sargent makes a fantastic move on Michael Watts going into turn number 1, but Michael's fighting back. So Hancock from Continental for 9th and 10th at the moment. Looks like Pirelli's Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman, trying to get past Hancock's Michael Watts. Steve Stones for Hancock, obviously trying to push on quite a bit as well as Brian Ross for Hancock. So the Hyundais, they Fletch for Continental, unfortunately 14th, and Brian Moncani for Pirelli at the tail of the field at the moment. We'll see what's going on. We've got Lee Fitzy, and of course for Team Pirelli, followed by Continental Craig Thomas, and Hyundai's Hancock of Gareth Morris at the moment. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, so the Welsh lads currently 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, because Chris Wheatley's up there with Team Pirelli at the moment. We do have an interesting battle on the hard going from Pokovic in the Pirelli Alfa Romeo 4C, from Sampa in that Continental BMW. Will try and keep up with all the battles that are taking place this evening. So it does look like Sampa is putting that Pirelli 4C under pressure at the moment. Nick Sargent up into 9th for Continental, so Continental are obviously 2nd, 9th and 8th at the moment. So it is looking likely we're going to be having a fight on our hand. Michael Watts for Team Hancock so far in 10th place. Currently under threat from Ismail Nemri for Team Pirelli. It looks like Ismail's got that move done. Michael Watts is going to think about going on the out inside again, but he will have the inside line going into the first chicane. But before he goes under the tunnel, he's actually got the move done. So we do have Brian Ross and Steve Stones, Nate Fletch and Brian Mulcahy at the rear. Going back to what's going on though, Team Continental driver Craig Thomas under threat from Hancock's lead driver at the moment, Gareth Morris. So the Welsh lads are trying to have a battle regardless of what position they're in, but obviously respective teams, they're obviously team leaders, but you know, I'll have to try and remember who's team captain for each team. But it looks like at the moment Lee Fitzy leading away for Pirelli. Just remember, pit stops will be taking place, but Gareth Morris tries to brake a bit later, gets past Craig Thomas with ease. So Hancock Hyundai at the moment up into second, and the Continental BMW's BMW of Craig Thomas dropped down to third at the moment. Adam Morgan currently second for Team Hancock, pushing on quite a bit from Chris Wheatley's Pirelli Alfa Romeo 4C. He's got to be careful because the other 4C of Pokovic is going to be chasing him down. It's going to be close as you like though for this evening. And it's only the first race though. We're on lap number 4 out of 15, so we're not even halfway through the race yet. Pokovic there trying to push on. No, he's not American, he's actually from Serbia, but I believe the Serbian flag is not in the game, so he's got American flag. Dean Atkinson for Team Continental, the second of the Continental BMWs at the moment, doing a stellar job trying to catch up to the Pirelli and Hancock driver. We do have Samper for Continental in 8th, followed by Nick Sargent, who also drives for Team Continental. In 9th place, Michael Watts, though, for Hancock Hyundai, has now Brian Ross behind him, as well as Steve Stones. Steve Stones under threat from Team Pirelli driver Ismail Nemri. Ismail gets a bit drifty going into that hairpin there. So it looks like no Fletch for Team Continental BMW, pushing on quite a bit. I believe there's 4 cars in each team, so be close as you like. It does look like Ismail struggling now with that Pirelli Alfa at the moment. It does look like they're going to be trying to go for a stint, maybe to go on to softs. They look like most of the field are on mediums. Brian Mulcahy in a Pirelli blue 4C at the moment, trying to push on at the end of the lap. It does look like Lee Fitzy pushing on quite a bit for Pirelli. Gareth Morris for Hancock. Craig Thomas is the first to pit, so it looks like Pirelli are going to go for a strategy where they're going to split everyone. It looks like Pokovic in 4th, followed by Nick Sargent now for Continental, so he will lead that charge. It is all a team game. It is no driver points. It is down to working as a team for the tyre manufacturers this time round. Michael Watts for Hancock Hyundai, currently second in that group now. Steve Stones is now third in that group. Nate Fletch for Continental, second now with that, we're second in Continental terms. Brian Mulcahy now into that gaggle of cars. Now it does look like Steve Stones under threat from Nate Fletch, so the Hancock Hyundais versus the Continental BMWs are pushing. But you know, like I say, it is all down to a team game this season. It's not down just to an individual driver now. Looks like Michael Watts though is struggling. He's got not much fuel left in that tank, so the fuel depletion is going to be a factor. He's got swamped by Steve Stones there, and if he's not careful, he's got Nate Fletch chasing him down, as well as Brian Mulcahy for Team Pirelli. So Hancock guys at the moment trying to push quite a bit. It looks like Continental are going to be making a pit stop. Craig Thomas though pushing on for Continental. He's going to try and push on. Adam Morgan for Hancock. So Pirelli and Hancock are making the pit stop. So we'll see exactly what these guys are going to do. So you've got Samper and then you've got Dean Atkinson, so both Continental drivers. Brian Ross and Ismail Nemri as well. So it is going to be close as you like it. The teams do go to work, which Steve Stones got to Steve Stones for Team Hancock though. What a brave! He's got not a lot of fuel in that Hancock Hyundai, but it's going to be important. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli gets out in second place. So Pirelli have got some interesting rubber strategy. Gareth Morris in Hancock terms for Hyundai. Currently the ring leader of Hyundai, trying to push on because obviously Steve Stones will make a pit stop. Craig Thomas for Continental though, pushing on like he has done. Adam Morgan for Hancock still there in 5th place. Chris Wheatley with that 5/10 of a penalty for Pirelli. That is going to hurt him. That's going to probably may hurt his challenge. You got Pokovic for Pirelli currently out on his trying to put up men's. Then you got Dean Atkinson in that Continental BMW. Is he playing a team game because he's got Samper and Nick Sargent also there? So the other three BMWs there. Then you've also got Brian Ross trying to push on for Team Hancock at the moment. So the Continental BMW is trying to work in a pattern there, trying to actually help each other out, trying to obviously block that Hancock Hyundai for overtaking. So it does look like Samper is one of the most probably newest guys to me, but Nick Sargent gets the 8th place. I think they're trying to work together to stop that Hancock Hyundai trying to get past them, which is part of the team game. So you've got Dean Atkinson, don't know what, I thought Dean was going for pit lane then. So it looks like Dean's trying to make that BMW's wide, but Brian Ross gets through, so we'll go through the order. It looks like Ismail Nemri for Pirelli in 12th at the moment. Dave Fletch currently in 13th for Team Continental, followed by Brian Moncani's Alfa Romeo for Pirelli in 14th for Michael Watts in 15th for Team Hancock. But from what I'm seeing now up in the lead, Team Pirelli driver Lee Fitzy currently under threat from Gareth Morris for Team Hancock, and then you've got Craig Thomas firing Continental's challenge for 3rd place at the moment. 1 lap 7 out of 15, so the first race may be near enough towards its latter part. It does look like it is going to be a fantastic fight towards the end, because we've got Gareth Morris and of course Lee Fitzy and of course Craig Thomas. So the Welsh boys, or the Welsh Wizards, I'm going to all name them as, currently 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, because they are doing a spectacular job. But we'll see what's going on. Chris Wheatley there in 5th, Pokovic the Serbian in 6th, followed by Samper for Continental. Looks like Steve Stones came out in 8th though. He did a stellar job. He runs a bit wide though. He's got to be careful because Team Continental, the other 2 Continental BMWs of Nick Sargent, of course Dean Atkinson, trying to push on. Brian Ross for, looks like Steve Stones wrong, I don't know whether he put the wrong tyres on, he's jumped in, so that's allowed Brian Ross to try and chase down the likes of Dean Atkinson and of course Nick Sargent for Team Continental. So Team Hancock are trying to push on. We do have Ismail Nemri for Pirelli trying to push away from Brian Moncani's, well, the 2 Pirelli guys probably working a bit of a dream. Brian Moncani though at the moment with his left hand indicator on, maybe it's a distraction for Team Continental driver Nathan Fletch. At the moment it does look like it. He's actually now he's still got it on. I thought he turned it off for a second, but he hasn't. Hancock driver Michael Watts though 14th, and as well as fellow Hancock driver Steve Stones at the moment. Lee Fitzy though currently under threat from Gareth Morris in the first of the Hancock Hyundai Genesis. So you've got Lee Fitzy in the Pirelli sponsored, or Pirelli tyres Alfa Romeo 4C. Craig Thomas though for Team Continental doing a spectacular job. He needs, you know, they need to work as a team somehow. In the second race, Adam Morgan in the second of the Hankook Hyundai Genesis. Chris Wheatley for Pirelli in the Alfa Romeo 4C. He's doing a stellar job in 5th at the moment. Pokovic for Pirelli in 6th. Samper 7th. Nick Sargent now 8th. Being split by Dean Atkinson and trying to chase down Brian Ross in that Hankook Hyundai Genesis, but in the meantime Team Pirelli driver Ismail Nemri going for his famous move into turn number 1. It looks like he's fantastically done it, but from what I'm seeing at the moment it is going to be close for comfort. Ismail going now for Team Pirelli. We're on lap 9 out of 15, so we do have roughly now 6 laps to go. Ismail trying to push on that with that Team Pirelli car. He must have that advantage. So Brian Ross though, Ismail gets a bit crossed up. Dean Atkinson also under threat from Brian Moncani. He's now Pirelli for Romeo. Now he's turned off his left hand indicator. Obviously he probably wanted to put it as a distraction to the rest of the guys, but it looks like at the moment Ismail Nemri holding on for dear life, making sure Hankook don't get past him. Nate Fletch in the Continental BMW, followed by Steve Stones and of course Michael Watts for Team Hankook. Both battling for 14th and 15th at the moment, but this is going to be close as you like. I can't believe how well this championship is already shaping up. I know it's only race 1, but just spectacular. But in the meantime, going back to the lead, Gareth Morris for Team Hankook alongside Gareth Morris in Team Pirelli. Looks like Pirelli are going to try and take out the spoils, but you've got the Welsh guys still 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th and 5th. It just shows how well the Welsh guys do work, even though it is a team game. But we do have the Fitzy leading for Pirelli. Hankook's main charger, Gareth Morris, though, at the moment, doing a spectacular job trying to get that Hyundai Genesis. We'll try and go back to that battle limit. Craig Thomas in the Continental BMW. And then you've got Adam Morgan there in the second Hankook Hyundai Genesis. And then you've got Chris Wheatley in 5th in the Pirelli, followed by Pop Motorsports, so Pokovic in 6th. Samper leading the second Continental BMWs, followed by Nick Sargent doing a stellar job for 3rd for Continental at the moment. It's actually in 8th place, but if you go by tyre manufacturer, Dean Atkinson 4th. Then there is a battle between Brian Ross, Ismail Nemri, and of course Brian Moncani. So the Pirelli versus the Hankook, and they're going to sandwich him together. A bit of contact between the two Pirelli guys there, which is going to be very close as you like. Oh my days. So Brian Ross gets away from Brian Moncani now. Tries to get away from Ismail Nemri, but Nate Fletch for Team Continental at the moment, pushing on in that BMW. Steve Stones there in 14th for Team Hankook, still trying to shake off Michael Watts, but Michael Watts will realise, well, hopefully realises it is a team game. But both Hankook drivers are having a bit of a battle themselves. But going back to the lead on lap number 11, we've got Team Pirelli driver Lee Fitzy trying to push on from the Team Hankook hard charger, I should say. Gareth Morris at the moment. It's going to be close and probably interesting proximity. We do have Craig Thomas there in 3rd, followed by Adam Morgan for Hankook. So Hankook are 1st, 2nd and 4th at the moment. Continental though are 1st and of course 7th, 8th and 7th, 8th and 9th at the moment. We do have Team Pirelli 1st and 5th and 6th at the moment. And then Hankook from Brian Ross though, looking at Dean Atkinson though in the Continental BMW. Gonna hopefully try and work to stop that Hankook Hyundai of Brian Ross getting past him. So the more blue and grey sort of claret as well. of Brian Ross there, trying to push on for Team Hancock. Ismail Nemri for Team Pirelli still trying to push on as well, so it looks like Team Pirelli may take out the spoils. We are on lap 11 out of 15, and there is another race to go in a little while as well. We do have Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli though pushing on. Nate Fletch 13th, and the two Hancock Hyundais of Michael Watson and Steve Stones at the rear of the field. But what has happened to Gareth Morris? Has he had an issue, or is he just playing it safe? With 3 laps to go, it is going to be close as you like, but it is going to be absolutely fantastic. And if you're watching the stream, it is one of the closest racing at the moment. Obviously the team, it's no time for points, it is for your team. You are representing your team, so Lee Fitzy and Gareth Morris at the moment for Team Hancock and Pirelli respectively. It's going to be close. I can't believe that Gareth Morris is going to try and make a move for Team Hancock and try and get maximum points out of this race. He already gets that move done before we head down into the bottom of the chicane. It is going to be close. But it is going to be absolutely stellar. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli trying to push on quite a bit. Craig Thomas there trying to lead Continental's charge. He's got Adam Morgan behind him now. It's going to be close. It's going to be close because looking what Chris Wheatley, should I say, is going to do. He's now 5th, but the Welsh boys are 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th and 5th at the moment. Pokovic leading the 3rd Alfa Romeo 4C for Pirelli at the moment. Nick Sargent trying to play the sensible game for Continental, so Continental 3rd, 7th and 8th at the moment. If you go by the leaderboard, then you have Brian Ross in for Hancock, then you have Ismail Nemri for Pirelli pushing on quite a bit. Brian Moncani trying to do exactly the same. Nate Fletch though in 13th, he looks like Dean Atkinson for Continental in 12th, so Nate Fletch also for Team Continental 13th. Michael Watts now has a bit of an advantage from Steve Stones for Hancock, but it is a team game, so we've got 2 laps to go. It's going to be fantastic. It looks like though Hancock are going to try and get third place from Continental driver Craig Thomas at the moment, so it looks like Continental may win the race depending on how quick Pirelli driver Lee Fitzy gets, but it is going to be close as you like. We do have another race this evening, so it is all going to be down to what the drivers can do. We'll see what is happening further back, because I did see Brian Moncani now on to the back of Brian Ross, so the Pirelli Alfa Romeo 4C now working up his tyres. It does kind of see what is going to happen. I believe most of the guys actually started on the mediums, so they are trying to push on quite a bit for potentially now getting the life out of the softs. It does look like Ismail Nemri though in 11th for Pirelli. We do have Dean Atkinson for Continental in 12th. Nate Fletch for Continental 13th, Michael Watts for Hancock in 14th, Steve Stones for Hancock in 15th. But going on to the penultimate lap of the race at the moment, we do have Gareth Morris trying to eke out that advantage for Hancock ahead of Pirelli leading star, and that is Lee Fitzy. Lee Fitzy gets a bit crossed up going out of the first chicane. He's now catching up to Gareth Morris though, but it's going to be close. We'll see if we can go on board with Lee Fitzy, just bear with, yes we can, and we do have a bonnet eye view of chasing his compatriot and also probably a rival in the team's championship. It is going to be close as you like going into the latter part of the lap to try and get onto Pirelli. Are pushing, the Pirelli team are probably thinking, what have we got to do? Lee Fitzy there trying to put Hancock's main charger in Gareth Morris under a lot of threat, going in towards the chicane to complete the penultimate lap to go on to the final lap. We will see, is Lee Fitzy going to get this win for Team Pirelli, or is Gareth Morris going to hold on for dear life for Team Hancock? Adam Morgan now got past Continental's lead driver Craig Thomas, but it does look like we do have Hancock first and third at the moment, so they will push on for the podium at the moment. Does look like Chris Wheatley though fifth at the moment, Pokovic for Pirelli, so Pirelli are first, fifth and sixth if you count that. Nick Sargent for Continental in seventh, followed by Samper for Continental, now currently under threat, currently near enough from Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli, but he's got Brian Ross for Team Hancock behind him, trying to put the two Brians are putting each other under pressure again, but they've got that toe for chasing down Samper in the Continental BMW at the moment. It does look like going on to the final lap of the race though. It does look like Brian Moncani is going to get past Samper, is he? Is he going to get past? It looks like Brian Ross is going to sandwich the two of them. So Team Hancock are trying to push their other driver to try and get up into 8th place at the moment. It does look like Brian Moncani though for Team Pirelli, putting Brian Ross under, well, trying to fend off Brian Ross, shall I say. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting fight towards the end. We do have Ismail for Team Pirelli in 11th, Dean Atkinson for Team Continental 12th, Dave Fletch for Team Continental 13th, Michael Watts for Team Hancock in 14th, and Steve Stones for Team Hancock in 15th. But Gareth Morris has got that Pirelli Alfa Romeo 4C punching. Oh, it's going to be a dead heat. Are they going to, who's going to get the win? Lee Fitzy just gets it on the line. Oh no, I do apologise. Gareth Morris gets it for Team Hancock. It looks like Craig and Adam Morgan are going to do exactly the same, but Craig Thomas gets third place for Team Continental. Looks like Nick Sargent for Team Continental will come home in 7th. Samper under threat from Hancock driver Brian Ross at the moment though. This is going to be close as you like going into across the line. The guys are near enough out of fuel. This has been spectacular racing, but it's going to be close as you like though. Samper gets 8th from Brian Ross for Hancock. Brian Moncani for Pirelli gets 10th. Ismail Nemri out of fuel though, but he crosses the line in 11th for Team Pirelli. Nate Fletch 12th for Continental. Looks like Dean Atkinson though out of fuel for Team Continental. That is not what you want to see. So that's going to allow Michael Watts in 13th for Team Hancock, and Dean Atkinson just trudging along the line. It looks like he may finish 14th unless Steve Stones gets there before him. But what a fantastic race that was. So it looks like Gareth Morris takes the victory, but you know, it is all about the teams. And I tell you what, Team Hancock take the first victory and take the first spoils of the championship, and it is going to be close as you like. It will be very interesting. I'll get the race results, and I'll tell you what, it is going to be close going into race number 2 for the evening. I'll tell you this, it is down to the tyres, and I will be very interested to hear people's thoughts and opinions. But Gareth Morris for Team Hancock takes a well-deserved victory, and then Lee Fitzy for Pirelli, followed by Craig Thomas for Continental. So the Welsh boys, not only do they round up the top 5 positions, Adam Morgan for Team Hancock flies that flag, and then you've got Chris Wheatley for Pirelli, Pokovic for Pirelli in 6th, then you've got Nick Sargent for Continental in 7th, Samper for Continental in 8th, Brian Ross for Hancock in 9th, Brian Moncani for Pirelli, followed by Ismail Nemri for Pirelli in 10th and 11th, Nate Fletch for Continental in 12th, then you got Michael Watts for Hancock in 13th, Dean Atkinson ran out of fuel for Continental in 14th, Steve Stones for Hancock in 15th. Obviously Team Hancock get the fastest lap with Gareth Morris with 138.1 on lap number 8, and it is going to be close as you like. I will be back in a moment or two So we will see exactly what race number 2 will bring. I believe it is a reverse grid, so we will see exactly what's going to happen in a couple of minutes' time. So it will be close as you like for race number 2. I'll tell you this, it will be quite exciting to see exactly what will happen. But is there anything what will happen? Because, you know, not only just for what I believe, they do start on half a tank of fuel. So that is a key factor, and it probably will be absolutely kind of a game changer. This is probably explains why they have so much fuel depletion. So it will be very close. Let's put that back so I don't know. But yes, it will be probably close proximity again, but we do have a reverse grid, so I believe Team Hancock will be first and second on the grid. I believe it is a grid start though. No, it's not. I do apologise. It is a rolling start. So we do have Brian Ross, Samper, Dean Atkinson, Nick Sargent, the founder of Eldar Sim. Shout out to all the fans, that guys at the factory and all the fans. Yes, it does look like we are going to be in for a great spectacular second race, I'll tell you this. As a commentator for Eldar Sim that I have been for a good number of months now, I do enjoy it, and you know, it has provided some very close proximity racing. And you know, this Tyre Teams Championship, we are about to get ready very shortly for the final race of the evening. So we do have kind of a very close proximity race. We do have Dean Atkinson just drifting into the hairpin, going up the hill towards Pirelli. So if you're interested in doing commentary, we have got space available to do commentary. Obviously, you know, you don't have to be really experienced, but you just have to be close. You know, you have to just be obviously enthusiastic, is what I'm trying to say. But yes, if you do like what you see with obviously my commentary, and you do like the Eldar Sim Racing, do subscribe and do like. Also check us out on Instagram and also obviously Twitter. We do have www.eldarsimracing.co.uk. Check the website out, and any questions, fire it across to one of the admins and they will get in touch with you. And it is a very good series as Brian Ross starts the last race of the evening. Hopefully it's going to be spectacular as any other race, but it is going to be close. Evening Ryan, I forgot to say hello to you, mate. I'm not ignoring you, I was just very busy doing commentary, mate. But yes, nice to see you. So we do have, I believe, No, it wasn't Michael Watts, because Michael Watts finished 12th, didn't he? So it's Steve Stones from Dean Atkinson, followed by Michael Watts, Nate Fletch. So it's Team Hancock first and third at the moment from Continental. Then you have Nate Fletch in Continental BMW. Isabel Nunbury for Pirelli in 5th at the moment. Then you have Brian Roncarney, followed by Brian Ross, Sumper, Nick Sargent, Pokovic, Chris Wheatley, Adam Morgan and Lee Craig Thomas. But we are getting ready for the green light to come on, and who's going to control the race towards turn number 1. It's going to be close as you like at the moment. Steve Stones looks like he will have this race control for Team Hancock at the moment. Our Team Hancock going to try and make it a double this evening. It looks like Dean Atkinson for Continental chasing on. We'll see what's happening further back, shall we? We've got Isabel Nunbury for Pirelli, followed by Brian McCartney and Brian Ross for Team Hancock. So the two Pirellis are currently trying to make a charge. We'll see what's happening further back. We do have Chris Wheaton, no, Pokovic, I do apologise. Pokovic and Chris Wheatley trying to put Nick Sargent for Team Continental under a lot of pressure. There's contact between Ismail Nunbury and I don't know who that was. Oh, okay, my keyboard's. Oh dear.